Star Wars The Acolyte Episode 3, now out. Let's talk about it. Okay, so Episode 3 of The Acolyte has now officially come out, and all I can say is I'm just a loss of words. I really am. I mean, you thought Palpatine coming back shat on Anakin's legacy. Well, hold my beer, says The Acolyte, because holy crap, did they just absolutely just put Anakin on the ground and just pee on him, basically. That's basically what they did. They pissed on the guy. They pissed on everything Anakin is about. Now, this episode is so bad, and there's so many things that just make this episode bad. So, firstly, these aren't the Night Sisters. They're not, part of the Witches of the Dathomir or anything like that. This is just some cult, right? So, they explain that the Force is a thread. It's a thread, and some people call it the Force, apparently, in this episode. They call it the Force, and they claim that they can wield the power of the Force. Shit, can someone show them the original trilogy? Can someone show them the prequels? Mate, someone show them there. So they say that there's this thread. So this is a whole backstory to May and Osha, their whole story and everything like that. They talk about this thread, right? They can pull the thread. So there's that. Now, in doing this, by pulling this thread of the Force, I kid you not, this witch was able to create life. Not just create life itself, but create life, put that life in someone else's body, and manipulate it to the point that she can manipulate them to look completely unlike the host. So the person that carries the twins is the one with horns. None of the twins have horns. What the actual WTF? So you're telling me that this witch created life from the Force, something that Plagueis was trying to do, something that Plagueis Master was trying to do, and couldn't succeed in that, and Anakin was born from the Force, making him the chosen one. That's the whole thing, is he's a one of a kind. Well, apparently not. Anakin's not one of a kind, because guess what? 100 years before Anakin, there was other ones that were born from the Force, apparently. So Anakin being the only one born from the Force, having this legacy about that, it's absolute BS now. It doesn't mean anything. Anakin being born from Force has nothing to do with it. It doesn't mean shit. Because guess what? These witches can. But hey, the Night Sisters couldn't do it. None of them could do it. None of them could create life, put it in a host, and go, hey, I want to manipulate you to look like this. Because the twins look nothing like the person that carried them. What the fuck? It just at least make sense. It makes zero sense. She was able to manipulate it to create two, not just one, two life forces, and put them in her so that she could give birth to twins that don't look anything like her. Great. That's fucking brilliant, isn't it? Just absolutely fantastic. And it gets worse. It gets absolutely worse. So, May is a psychopath, clearly in this episode, complete psychopath. She sets, stones on fire. Okay? She set stones on fire. Okay, alright. Cool. Alright. So that's all catching fire in that. Well, when, everything catches fire and all that stuff happens, all the witches are dead. So, how did they die? They're just all laying there? Did May kill them all? Or did they die in an explosion? Nothing gets explained on that. And then we have, the guy that offed himself in the last episode, Torben. Bro offed himself because of this? This shit? This shit made the guy get all depressed and want to off himself? Are you fucking kidding me right now? Are you actually stupid? This is the dumbest piece of stuff. Look, I don't like Last Jedi. I don't like Rise of Skywalker. I think they are some of the worst Star Wars for reasons. I already have videos on them and you can see them in depth and that to why I don't like them. I didn't agree with what Rian Johnson was doing with certain characters and where he was going with the story. Rise is just a complete and utter mess. But I tell you what, I would rather sit down and watch The Last Jedi on repeat for the rest of my life, watch Rise of Skywalker on repeat for the rest of my life, than watch episode 3 of The Acolyte again. They just straight up shat on Anakin and his whole being the only one born from the Force. They then shat on the Night Sisters, the Force, everything. And I'm sitting there just scratching my head. Not to mention how bad the acting was in this episode. The acting was horrible. I'm sorry. Like, I get it, they're children. But it was bad. It was really, really bad. And then just the whole thing with the witches, like, what even are they? Like, they don't... This is how they explain how the twins came to existence. Just sitting there. I carried them. I carried them. I created them. Okay. That's all you got. Are you serious? So, like, what is going on here? What are we even doing with Star Wars right now? What is actually happening here? This episode was freaking awful. It was so bad. It looks cheap as well. I'm not going to lie. Where the hell did this budget go? I have no idea. Because this looks like ass, man. The sets look horrible. The costumes look horrible. Look, they tried to make a story about May and Osha and their connection and that. And, you know, this thread bullshit that doesn't even make any freaking sense. Like, okay, what the fuck is this thread about? The thread of the Force. So these witches can do it. But you're telling me the Night fucking Sisters, who are so good with magic, with everything like that, can't do this shit. But yet I'm supposed to believe this freaking random people can do it. Makes fucking zero sense. It's just stupid. It really is. And then you have May, who's a psychopath, who you don't even care about. And now you're like, oh, I don't give a shit. It's just stupid. And then she goes and fucking murders everyone, apparently. What the hell? What are we even doing at this point? I really... What are we even doing? Like, I used to watch Star Wars and feel something. Like you used to watch it and be like, man, that was so good. Like, that's just a one-in-a-kind experience. You know, you feel that. When I was watching Andor, I'm just like, dude, this is just so good. Even the first 2 seasons of Mandalorian, I'm like, yes, this is what I've been waiting for. This is what I want. You know, even Force Awakens, I was like, yes, this feels like I'm back. This is giving me something. And then the Acolyte comes along. A series I was so excited for. Absolutely so excited for. 3 episodes in. First 2 episodes, meh. They're meh. This episode just went downhill and downhill very, very fast. Not to mention, it's one of the most boring episodes I've ever watched in Star Wars, period. I'm sitting there and I'm just like, yo, what the They try to make you like the characters. They try to make you get invested in the storytelling, but there is no story. There is nothing there for you to grab on and gravitate to. Instead, they're too busy shitting on Anakin's legacy. They're too busy talking about the fucking Force as if it's nothing, as it's just a fucking thread. And, oh, if you pull and manipulate the thread, you can do whatever the fuck you want. Or, you know, you sit there and you're like, hey, guess what? Some people say that it's the Force, but it's not the Force, it's the thread that ties everyone together. But also, they claim that they can wield the power. But, bitch, have you ever ran into a fucking Jedi? Like, literally can use the, like, fucking thing. And they go, oh, we're witches. Bitch, you use the fucking Force. You're using the Force. I ain't even seen you do any sort of fucking magic like the Night Sisters. They're the fucking witches. You just do fuck all. You just play with the Force like you think you know what you're doing, but you clearly don't. But hey, I'm wrong apparently. Apparently you can. So, Plagueis, a fucking Sith Lord, a man who has studied so deeply in creating beings. Palpatine, the strongest Sith Lord of all time, who was under Plagueis, watching Plagueis do this. He couldn't even do it. None of them could manipulate the Force to create it how they want. But some bitch-ass witches are able to just go, here, give me that thread. Yeah, I wanted to have that hair color. I wanted to be this. I wanted to be that. Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. Can I hit copy and paste over here? I will change this little bit here. You know, make her a little bit different from the twin here. And then guess what? I want you to carry him. Yes, they're not going to look anything like you, but I'm going to put him in your body. Here, take him. Take 2 of them. Give birth to him. Please. Because that's how I do it. I just do it like that. Fuck off. Seriously. Oh, man. Just, oh. If you like the episode, good on you. I'm happy for you. But I'm telling you now, I am losing faith in Star Wars at this point. Something that I've absolutely loved my whole entire life, and I feel like this, so there you have it. I don't like it. I don't like it, man. I just don't see it. I don't know how it's going to get better. I really don't. So let me know what you guys thought. Smash down in the comment section below. Smash that like button. Click subscribe, and I'll see you guys next video. Until then, stay safe, and peace out.